Do you want to be unbreakable or just comfortable? Because you can't be both. Everyone wants to be strong, until strength requires struggle. Everyone loves the idea of resilience, until they meet the discomfort that builds it. We live in a world that worships convenience, comfort, and ease. Everything is delivered faster, softer, safer. But here's the truth the Stoics knew thousands of years ago. Comfort will never make you unbreakable. Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, deliberately slept on the floor. He chose rough clothes when he could afford silk. He practiced hunger even though he had more food than most would ever see. Why? He wanted to train the mind to say, I am okay, even with less. He wanted to know that if comfort disappeared, courage would remain. He wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality," because he understood that comfort makes us invent fears that adversity would have already cured. Comfort tells you to avoid the cold. Resilience is built by walking through snow. Comfort tells you to stay in bed. Resilience is built by rising anyway. Comfort tells you to stop when it hurts. Resilience is built when you continue. Most of the struggles we fear are shadows. We create mountains in the mind even when the path is just a hill. The Stoics confronted difficulty on purpose, not because they enjoyed suffering, but because they understood that ease is a liar. Comfort whispers you are safe, but what it actually says is, you are shrinking. Discomfort says, this is hard, but what it actually means is, this is growth. Resilience isn't born in peaceful days. It's forged in chaos. It's developed in the hours when you don't feel like trying, but you do anyway. It's built every time you show up tired, anxious, or unsure, and still move forward. Marcus Aurelius carried the weight of the Roman Empire on his shoulders. War, plague, betrayal, endless responsibility. He didn't pray for relief. He didn't ask fate to make his life easier. His prayer was simple. Give me the strength to endure the life I have. He understood that obstacles are not interruptions of the path. They are the path. Every challenge was a chance to make his mind sharper and his character fuller. You have already survived more than you give yourself credit for. You have endured heartbreak that felt unbearable. You have kept standing after disappointments that tried to collapse you. You have pushed through days when everything inside you begged to quit. Your story is already filled with proof that you can handle life when it is unfair, unkind, and unknown. And yet, comfort whispers again. It tells you to relax, to pull back, to take the easiest road available. But comfort never built anything worth admiring. It never wrote a book. It never raised a child with love and patience. It never started a business. It never rebuilt a life after loss. Comfort will give you a soft couch. Resilience will give you a life you're proud of. The Stoics trained for adversity the way warriors train for battle. They knew life would not always give warning. They knew storms don't knock before they break the door. So they built themselves to withstand pressure instead of hoping pressure never arrived. They practiced discomfort like discipline. Simple habits repeated often. Wake early, push the body, challenge the mind. Sit with silence. Choose the harder choice when the easy one tempts. You have that same power available right now. You can turn discomfort into your gym. Every fear becomes a weight. Every doubt becomes a rep. Every failure becomes a coach. Most people avoid discomfort until discomfort becomes unavoidable. The Stoic embraces it daily, so when life becomes unfair, and it will, they're ready. Think about the moments in your life that changed you the most. They weren't comfortable moments. They weren't the sunny days when everything was easy. They were the days when you had to fight for progress. When the world felt heavy on your chest and you pushed anyway. When you were knocked down and forced to rise with shaky legs. That's the version of you that deserves more credit. That's the version of you that shows who you really are. That's the version of you that adversity reveals and comfort hides. Discomfort gives you something comfort never can. Self-trust. When you break through difficulty, you don't just become stronger. You become convinced. The next time life punches, you won't hesitate. You'll think, hit me again, I've already survived worse. Growth does not come from protection. It comes from exposure. Exposure to doubt. Exposure to fear. Exposure to the unknown. The Stoics understood that avoiding difficulty doesn't preserve strength, it erodes it. Comfort stretches the body and shrinks the spirit. And if you let it, comfort becomes addiction, a slow, quiet death of potential. Resilience says something entirely different. This hurts, and I will continue. This is uncertain, and I will try anyway. This scares me, and I won't run. You don't have to conquer a mountain today. Just step into discomfort once, take the cold shower, lift the heavier weight, say the difficult truth, finish the work you've been avoiding, walk into the room that intimidates you, start the project that terrifies you because it matters. These small acts of courage compound. They build a person who won't crumble when pressure rises. They build a mind that knows how to stay calm inside chaos. They build a spirit that understands. Pain is a visitor. Strength is the one who stays. Hard times are not punishments, they are classrooms. You learn who you are in adversity. You learn how deep your strength runs. You learn that discomfort doesn't destroy you, it reveals you. When you look back on your life, you won't remember the nights you spent comfortable. You'll remember the nights you chose perseverance, the days you kept going when no one was watching, the moments you felt fear and still stepped forward. That's resilience. That's power. That's you rising in real time. So choose your difficulty on purpose. Sit with discomfort until it becomes familiar. Push your boundaries until you feel them move. Show the world and yourself that comfort has no claim over your destiny, because you do not need easier days. You need the mindset that stares at difficulty and says, I've been training for this. So comfort keeps you soft, but challenge turns you into someone even you can admire. Strength doesn't grow in warm rooms. It grows in cold mornings, heavy days, and in every moment you choose to continue. You've survived everything so far. Why stop now? Do something uncomfortable today, not to suffer, but to build. And if this message lit a fire in you, subscribe and share it with someone who's ready to stop shrinking and start rising.